Galaxy S3. This phone is completely beyond all repair. It has many issues. First of which you can see right now, the camera. The lens is missing, half the time it doesn't work, and when it does work, the pictures end up really blurry and ugly like this. Another issue is the huge amounts of cracks in the screen, all the way down here, all the way up here, all over the front. Amazingly, the OLED isn't cracked and the touch works, although it does have a lot of burn-in. Let's turn it on, because it does actually turn on, and I can show you the third and biggest issue. You may notice that it is running Lineage OS. Normally, when I have a phone with a custom ROM on it and I want to make a video about it, I flash the stock ROM back on it first. You will soon see why I didn't do that. And it's done booting. Someday, okay, there we go. Now, let's plug it into power. Notice how it's not charging? Yeah, it doesn't charge. When I bought it, it did charge, but one day I got it out to try to use it, and the charging port was dead. Now, the charging port in here is soldered to the motherboard, which is a terrible way to design things, but it's the way it is in this phone, and I actually tried to replace it. I've never done microsoldering before, but I just thought, hey, why not learn on a crappy beat-up phone from 9 years ago? And I failed. I did a terrible job doing it, so either my terrible solder joints didn't work, or the charging port wasn't the problem and there was something else inside the phone that's dead, which is a possibility because the old charging port wasn't visibly damaged. Either way, I don't think there's anything I can do to save this phone. It's basically junk. Like, it would be worth $5 in its current state. It's basically not fixable. So I decided to do something to send it off. And that thing is... So I've already dug a hole. I've actually just dug the phone back up because I buried it the first time and I forgot to hit record. So we'll just put that in there. It's not very deep, but like, who cares? Just sort of push it down there a bit. Cover it with dirt. And then let's come back in a few weeks. It turns out that was not an acceptable location to bury a broken phone. So I've come back, dug it up a third time, and now I'm gonna bury it here. Now, I installed YouTube Advanced on it so that I can have a YouTube video playing on repeat on a very low volume with the screen off, because I thought that would be funny. And I originally wanted to do it with Never Gonna Give You Up as a joke, but I'd probably get in legal trouble with copyright and stuff if I did that. So I'm going to play my own video, like the S4 repair video, because that's close to an S3. When I first bought this phone, it still plays. It had a failed charging port and put it on the second lowest volume there, and just put that there. Beautiful. Now we can cover it with dirt. I can't hear anything. I'm going to try a higher volume. That's embarrassing, but I finally managed to get it on repeat, so we can just stick that in there. Okay, yeah, that's buried. I can still kind of hear it. I will check on it in 2 weeks, or a month, or a week, or however long I decide to check on it in. Here we are, a week later. Now, picking how long to wait before digging it back up was actually kind of difficult, because I wanted it to be like a real question whether or not it still turned on after this. So if I did it too quickly, if I only waited like 24 hours, of course it would still work. It would just have some dust in the speaker or whatever. And if I waited a year, of course it wouldn't turn on. It would be completely destroyed. And I originally thought that 2 weeks would be a good middle ground. So it'd be some damage that may or may not stop it from working, and it'd be fun to try to figure out whether it works and try to get it working again, etc. Then it rained really hard for the first couple days of those 2 weeks, and I decided that, I think if I waited another week, there's no way it would turn on. So I'm only waiting 1 week, and here we are. So this is approximately where it was. Let's just get the shovel here. Oh, that's a phone. Look at that. We have a phone. It's a little dirty. Let's carry this over here. Now, it seems like there's this plastic stuff coming off of the back. This back is aftermarket, so I don't know if the original ones would do that, but yeah, and oh look, it's losing some of the letters of the Samsung logo. That's kind of funny. Just try to scrape some of the dirt off the front there. Let's not do this on the porch. So let's gonna use this grass as a brush. That's an anthill. I'm gonna use this grass as a brush. Try to get the front of it somewhat cleaner, so you can at least sort of see what's going on. You can see at the bottom here, there's some weird delamination where it's starting to turn almost brown. Let's see if we can remove the back. Oh, it came off. It's definitely pretty wet in here. Battery's out. Headphone jack is just full of dirt, so is the charging port. Yeah, let's see if it still works. So I decided that before I even bring these inside, I'm just gonna hose it down. Now, I've got the battery removed, and I'm not too worried about using water. Whatever water damage could happen to this phone already has. And the battery's disconnected and it's up there. So we're just gonna, get it nice and clean. Inside of the back clean too. Okay, yeah, should be clean now. Now it's just wet. So here we are, I'm up in my room. I've got these all set up on this paper towel in my desk so they don't get whatever nonsense is on them in my desk. And let's investigate this. The first thing I'm kind of curious about is this weird film over the back. It's sort of peeling off and cracked. And you can see it's completely come off in some places. And the Samsung's logo's come off. I'm just kind of curious about what's happened here. So it seems like the letters of the Samsung logo are stuck on to that film, and that adhesive is broken down. I don't know whether the original back is constructed this way. This is an aftermarket one. Let's see if we can get the film off. Oh yeah, that's coming off really easy. Look at that. It has the Samsung logo. Yeah, the Samsung logo is on the film. Yeah, for the most part, that came off, and now this back, it looks a little weird, but it definitely looks better than it did before. And there's no scratches or anything on it. Let's try washing this off and seeing how it looks. Now that I've got tiny little bits of plastic film everywhere, let's investigate the phone itself. It's wet. Take care of that. It looks like there's been some water entering in the screen, not in the screen, but in the bezel around here and here, probably because of all these cracks. It also seems to have broken down the adhesive in the places where the glasses come off. There's still dirt in the headphone jack. I don't know. Let's just take it apart. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get this battery charged. So got an S4. See, the S4 battery is physically bigger than the S3 one, but the connector is the same, and it does physically fit. So I can put the S3 battery in the S4. It'd be hilarious if it still had some charge. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's plug it in. Oh, it vibrated. Oh my gosh. Of course it works. Come on, show me some percentage. Oh, 0%. That's actually really impressive that battery works. Okay, let's get the actual phone apart. Oh look, I just realized the water damage indicator is tripped. I mean, of course it is, but yeah. See if we can, oh, there's another screw, never mind. I was about to say, let's see if we can get this thing open, but no, there's another screw left. Yeah, it's definitely water in here. Oh, top piece is off. It's pretty bad in here. Get the motherboard out. And the bottom of the board is not actually as bad as I was expecting it to be. Look, you can see my terrible attempt at soldering a new charging port on. Oh, 1%. So that battery is not completely toasted. Well, let's try to get the board and screen and let's try to get the board cleaned off a bit. So my plan for cleaning this board is to just get some alcohol on it and scrub it with a toothbrush. Probably should have removed the camera earlier. Okay, now let's dry this off and see whether it turns on. While we wait for the board to dry out, we might as well get the frame cleaned. Okay, let's wait for these to dry out and then put it back together and see if it turns on. I actually got the S4 to boot with the S3's battery in it, which is pretty impressive on its own, the fact that battery works. I also noticed a new kind of damage on here. This coloring on the back, it was already very chipped, but now it's barely even held on. And like, it just comes off with no effort. But yeah, let's give it a few more minutes to dry out and give this a few more minutes to charge. Here we go. Frame is dry, board is dry, battery's at 26%. Let's put this back together and see if it'll turn on. Okay. 27%. What do you think is going to happen? Are you kidding me? It vibrated. Oh my god. Oh, and I dropped it and the battery came out. But this thing is immortal. Let's just let it boot. Let it boot. Oh no, I hit the home button and it rocked the phone a bit and the battery came back out. Let's just screw the frame back on so that the battery can actually stay in. And then we can get to messing around with it. Okay, that seems, maybe not even screw it. I'll just clip it back on. Battery's in, back's on. It's not really going on right, but you know what? That is close enough. The S4 now has its own battery back in it. And it's on. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't press the volume button. Okay, the volume buttons are a little sketchy, but like the fact that it turned on at all. Data isn't backed up, who cares? Seems like it's trying to connect to Wi-Fi. Let's see if it's still, let's open YouTube. Imagine if that video was still playing. Hi. Absolutely going to play that video. Make sure it plays it at least once. Oh, it's on. No, hang on. Nah. Have to wait for it to load again. Doug's devices. Look, updates. Hey. Speaker doesn't work. Okay, so it didn't perfectly survive, but you know what? It survived well enough for me to call this a success. The fact that it sat underground for a week and still works mostly is impressive to me. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I promise there'll be more phone repair content in the future. This was just sort of an experiment. I do still have the gold S6 Edge that I have to find some similarly interesting way to get rid of. This is also completely toasted, so yeah, I might do something fun with this. But yeah, this was not my normal video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I maybe spoke too soon about this surviving. Uh-oh. That's not good. All of that flickering is visible in person. So are the weird red, green, blue dots on the screen. Let's just lock the screen and unlock it again. Oh no. Oh, it's not happy. Uh-oh. Shut it off. And it's making weird noises out of the speaker. Yeah, I think it may have not survived as well as it did. It worked. It seemingly worked fine for like 20 minutes. And then after a few minutes, it just started doing that. Oh, it's off. Let's restart it. No. Rebooting did not fix it. Now it's all green. Hey, it doesn't have the weird colored dots on the screen, though. Oh. Now it's now it's back to what it was before. But for a second, it was very bright and kind of glitchy. Now it's back to being dark and kind of glitchy. Yeah, it's pretty screwed up. Okay, well, thanks for watching anyway. Yeah, that was a video. Okay, the screen seems to be working fine now, but the home screen layout changed. I think there was an icon here, and also I think this was over there. No, I lied. It has had the same home screen layout the entire time. I don't know why there was never an icon there, and it just fixed itself. The phone works now. Okay. Whatever. And now the screen's going crazy again. It rebooted and it worked for several minutes, and then it started doing this out of nowhere. This phone is so bizarre. Honestly, this behavior makes me love it even more. And now it's really dim. Oh. And it's back. And it's gone again. I love this phone so much.